Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Oh, never mind me. Good morning, Nevermornings. I'm your host with the best, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airwaves on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. And Never Mind the Furthermore wants to remind you guys that this is a Nerf blaster. YouTube, don't get hinky about it. Anyway, Never Mind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indcd.org. This part tells you, I sent you. Let's see. Let's line it up now. Anyway, Independent Creator Directory is your one-stop shop for the best of the brightest authors, artists, musicians, and creatives across all scopes. If you want to join their erstwhile numbers, please sign up today. And I'm not going to say using Podcast One will get the first 100 people through the door half off. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that this code right over here will get you half off. So I did it so Joe Bachman can't get mad at me. We are also made possible by sales of, there's one of the copies, as I drop everything. The Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to being able to share that with others. Now, friends, before we get any further into the chat, before I mention Haints and Hellfire, and what a wonderful book it is, I trust if you can hear me, you can read, because most of the people on my show are illiterate, allegedly. Something has come up. I have received a bit of a bit of recommendation, a bit of appreciation, if you will, for all the good that I do. In that, I received a very special achievement. I'd like to share it all with you today. That's right. I got 100 green room points because I made Uncle Carl say, "Behave in the green room." Achievement unlocked, friends. Now, I should be getting into this, but I was told by my producer and total not occasional evil overlord Joe that don't do that. Don't you say I did it. They'll be able to tell because it doesn't have a gradient. Well, it can. So, friends, if you need the gradient edition. And because I know you all, I know all of you green room types. I know you. I want you to understand that, yes, a blank version will be distributed for your own merriment. Note the high quality fuzz on the edges. That's how you know it's the best. Now, today is a wonderful Wednesday, which means I will be getting into the art. So the sooner I can blast through at least the opening chunk of the introductions, the sooner I can do my artwork. But I do have to give my accountability. My accountability has been working on convention things, which means paperwork. I've been doing paperwork and planning. And in the fairly near future, I will be dressing slightly better to go speak with some local businesses about, hopefully supporting the upcoming StompCon in exactly 1 month. StompCon will be held in Fowler, Indiana, starting at 10 a.m. September 7th, so exactly 1 month from now. Slated on are Big Stumpy Robots to be demoed, When Worlds Collide, and possibly Army Men by Neil Litherland. So I'm going to be reaching out to get confirmation from all the people who told me this was a great idea. Please put it on, as well as several other gamers, and we'll see who is making it. If you have an independent tabletop or card game, I would be happy to discuss providing some demo space and or vendor space. For the purpose of that, there will be open tables. There might even be a game library set up. We're working on a few of the options. With that, that's where I've been working, where I've been living. Guys, I am having to do the mature thing. I haven't even shot the Nick Nose Nerf, and I have things to unbox, things I could be playing with, but instead, I am being mature. I am doing the right and noble thing in pursuit of wealth and support. And if anybody thinks anything I'm doing is actually for the pursuit of wealth, you don't know me very well. No, I've also been told to remind you guys that, one, I start at 10 a.m. my time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm fairly reliable. There may be a minute here or there while I am setting up finding technology or parental requirements. But, my duckies, for those of you who are looking for a notification, YouTube dislikes me because on my channels I feature Nerf blasters. You can see them up there. And I feature training swords. And as both of these are as harmless as can be, the YouTube overlords, that thing doesn't even need to be there, are convinced that it could be a threat. So we're going to once again remind them that all the tools I demonstrate are blasters and training swords. And anytime I do explain lifesteal, I am a trained professional, as I clearly appear right now. No one but a trained professional would appear on YouTube looking like this. But I just watched Joey's eyebrows go up to his forehead. It was beautiful. Friends, this is a good time. The weather has gone from completely excessively hot to moderately hot. Things might get done. It is suitably gloomy. I am loving it because of my distinct dislike for all things too much light. No one wants me to get sunsick. So I may be getting a lot done today. I may not. We'll have to see how this show goes. But before I do any of that, I need to get to your comments. So I have a couple more announcements, and I will then be able to deal with that. I know. A few minutes later. But I do want to remind folks that I am overseen by Joey's chair, and that the Gary Shakespeare Company's schedule is still going on. You have a couple opportunities to still see their show, A Comedy of Errors. I'm not sponsored or related to them in any way, shape, or form, other than we tend to open for them at the Twin Oaks, New Chicago Lake Station area. That's clearly Hobart. I love Northwest Indiana, but you still have a chance to hit the Ogden Fair, the Ogden Gardens Park in Valpo, the Bulldog Amphitheater in Crown Point, and Centennial Park Amphitheater in Munster for the hoi polloi among us. I'm actually going to turn this is how much I support the arts. I'm turning my thing off so that you can see that www.garyshakesco.org. They are amazing people, and Shakespeare, like all arts, is for everyone. Now, I know that I have to get into the comments so that I can get to art, which is what some folks are here for. The rest of you are just here to taste the biscuit, taste the glory of the biscuit and the honey sauce. Anyway, now, with that being said, I'm going to drop a quick ad for our good friends over at Indie CD, like I do every episode. And then we're going to hop over to the commentary. And then after the commentary, I'll run another ad and we'll hop over to the art. My internet is slightly dubious, as is a custom whenever the storms are trying to roll through. So you have been warned. Alrighty. I am interesting, especially on a day when I'm disheveled and poofy looking. It makes it better when I clean up, because I clean up nice, y'all. But my comment crew are far more interesting, so let's go through the comments and see who's here to say what. And Alex Creation says, good morning, working at the library on school, so I'll be off and on during the day. Excellent, Alec. Get your work done. And good morning, Alec. I wondered where you were. Yes, Alec is being a good, mature student, and I am very pleased with him. And Joe has invoked the greetings. So there are greetings. Anyway, and what? Oh, gotcha. Sorry, got a private chat, and I always check my private chats first, because those are the ones that let you know that there's someone in the house with you. Anyway, and he's greeting Alec and Carl. Joe, greetings. And Don says, morning. They were able to get my nerve burn moved up to today because of a cancellation, which works out better for StompCon because it was scheduled for the Wednesday before. Dear Lord. So no coffee or nuts until after 1:30 today. You have been warned. We live in fear. But you know who doesn't live in fear of our own Dawn who lost? Buddy and Georgette, her fashionable felines. I tried to hold it and not laugh at the smirk. I could not help it. I tell you, I draw one fairly busty cat girl, and then I'm smirking all day. It's consistent. But there are reasons that I like Daphne Lage so very much. Anyway, go read about Dawn's fashionable felines on Facebook.com. I believe it's Georgette and Buddy, or Buddy and Georgette. You'll have to look around. And Carl's saying, "Morning, Dawn. Hope the nerve burn helps." And probably won't be on Yarn is Burning Joe's. Yeah. Shibari and Flame do not go together, friends. Wow. I don't want to have to put an icon that says, not for children or something in the corner. Please don't make me do that. All righty. Now, there's a hug from Carl. And thank Carl. They suck, but they do help. Callie, Daddy, hold me. Mom is ignoring me. And Thesis says, I'm first. I bet you are over on the Indie City. But the folks who are trying to get me, but all the cool kids are over on Nick's channel, so hop on over. You can like both. YouTube won't complain. Morning all. Waves groggly. Good morning, Foxy. I also realized that I sent a message to Thesis, but I didn't hit send. So I have to come back here and send a message to Thesis when I get a moment. And accountability. One show intro done, one book cover almost complete, one Aphelion story read, no writing done. Rock on. At least you're doing things. And that would be the link for my channel, I believe. Thank you, Indie CD. And greetings. Greetings, Dawn. Here comes the dawn. Which is okay, moving to the phase of my career where I help the newer folks climb up. Noble of you. And Foxy. Thanks for notification, YouTube, but it would be nice if you gave me one for the Nick's channel, too. Yes, YouTube hates me. That's why I so desperately need you guys to hit like in the algorithm to fight off the algorithmic denial. I'm being shadow banned for my beliefs that every art is for everyone and that Nerf blasters are a form of art. And so are martial arts. Yeah, see? Yeah. You'll never catch me alive, coppers. But, Thesis, you better not brought that Roomba in here. Someday, Carl, perhaps in the green room, or not now, but someday, I may tell the story that goes through my mind every time I hear the word Roomba, but not here. I need to poke Dad about that character buying a rug instead of a rug. Yes, typos happen. Jeff is safely in his charging state. You're safe. Hey, everyone. Finished schoolwork. Now I have our live classes later in the day and a meeting with a teacher. Excellent. And hey, sweet, how you doing, lovey? Carl? Hey, Alec. And wow, you're really on the ball, Alec. Hugs for Alec. Woo! Alec hugs Donna. There will be a show of some sort tonight. Might be Burn, might be Yarn, might just be Yarn. It might be more code. Want to find out? Tune in at 8 p.m. 7 p.m. Central. Good Lord. Let's just hope Not Joe doesn't come out to play. I'd be terrified of Not Joe having a program. I'm going to say that right now. Morning. Waiting while eating frosted mini wheats. Living the dream, Sarah. I see how you are. As you rise up. Now, I just have this image of you sitting cross-legged in your open coffin, watching on a laptop, eating frosted mini wheats with a little, teddy bear, but has little vampire fangs and bat wings. Or maybe it's a stuffed bat. I can see a stuffed bat. Morning, Sarah. Sarah! And morning, Sarah. Sarah saying, morning, Blade. Dark Mrs. Alec. I don't know why that came out so aggressive, but okay. Alex, Simon, Theodore, Anyway. Sweet Witsman dude brought me more coffee. He's a keeper. There's a great secret to longevity in your relationships, folks. Bring her coffee. And don't forget to like and share, folks. Please, and make sure you've hit the button to be subscribed so you miss nothing. And hey, Nick. Oh, it's the Dark Pope. Yep, you guys said that. Hey, chat. Hey, a Grey Wolf. How you doing? Dawn is blessed with the holy liquid of consciousness. Long may she wake. Greg, Sarah, yay. That's quite an achievement. Y'all, I'd be fibbing if I didn't say I was proud. And yes, it would be terrible for more green room things to be allowed. LOL on the achievement. Carl, ha ha ha. Congratulations on your achievement. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry, it shouldn't be. Because, an inappropriate hand check as a response. Not losing my stylus this time, Gadget. Moha! Now, it's been relatively quiet this morning. Is everyone okay? Yes, non-gamers are allowed to visit StompCon. There will be fun merch. It is free to the public. Non-gamers are allowed to vend if you guys think your stuff will sell to the gaming crowd. But I want this to be a place where people who haven't done a lot of tabletop gaming can feel welcome to. I want to support brick and mortar game shops wherever possible. Smaller creatives who are doing things like making dice. I have to reach out to a few people. It's been nutty, but we are advancing. The horrors persist, but then so do I. Y'all are slacking. And yes, Carl, I'm a bit sick, so lack of energy. You cuddle down, keep the blankets up to your nose, and just take it easy. Stay hydrated. Poor Foxy. Foxy, you get a pass. You're a Foxy. You can get away. Oh, get the getaway free card. Just, Foxy, avoid hound dogs. It never ends well. Hope you can feel better regardless. Thank you, Alec. And Foxy went and got herself sick last few days of our vacation. Isn't that the way it always happens? And anyone can visit, and everyone should. It's going to be a great time. There will be many gaming events that are totally free to the public. We're planning some prizes. It should be a good one. Chair. Yes, Chair. I'm not blowing out my voice because this is going to be a long show, so I'm going to cut back on the shouting a bit. Are you going, Dawn? If so, we might show up. Yes. Dawn will be actually running the Indie CD table, where she will be promoting people who can't make it. I'm hoping she and perhaps Cindy Koepp can get a deal going to promote her stuff because it's game related. And Donna better be there because I'm going to be there. Yes, Alec will be there. That will be September 7th from 10 a.m. We were thinking till 9 to close, to give the vendors more time to close up, because we have to clean the site from top to bottom, and we didn't get out of the Indie CD convention till 1 a.m. with Mandy and I scrubbing the place down. So, and yes, says Dawn, I'm offering to represent Indie CD members for a small fee, like what I did for IndieCD.com. Dawn, I think it's time for you to record a 30-second ad for your services. And September 7th, 10 to 10, in exactly 1 month. And it looks like it's going to be 10 to 10 because everybody's just broadcasting that. So you can all be in your beloved. Yes, we're going. Rock on. Green room kitchen with the perfect countertops at the height that What's that? What's that, Garb? You wanted another go hanging from the ceiling? Okay. Your suffering amuses me. And remember, Alec, though I love you, your Kefkaroth approves of your suffering too. So I know, but that wasn't totally directed at Nick. Foxy and I might be interested, Don. Need to check on finances and stuff. Alec, you've been around us too much, and I like it. Yes. I sincerely hope not. I'm not even reading that. I will sponsor thesis. Oh, Carl. You can't prove that, Alec. I'll deny it in court. Ooh, thesis. Since I represented you and Foxy, the fee is less. My babies. Lamau, Carl. Georgette and Buddy? Yes. Shibari and Flame. That actually might be that line of Green Room enough. I'm not going to read it. And that comment was only Green Room if you let it be Green Room. Sure, Joe Princess would. Last day of vacation for Foxy and I still have one video I wanted to get filmed. I don't think that's going to happen. We understand. We might, Thesis. I'll stay away if you need to film. LOL. Sadly, I think I need more room to film this than we have in the living room. Well, I can film, I think. And Foxy is a stuffed bat. He's adorable. Yes. Oh, God. You must draw that morning image of sitting in the coffin watching the show on my laptop. Black teddy bear with fangs sitting in the crypt. The reality of that is uncanny right now. We'll see. Hold on. This is literally how I remember things. The realm of screenshots. It will take the picture. It won't take the picture. No, it's just showing a horrific. That's really weird. I didn't know I can't do that. Okay, cool. We have other ways. This, do this, do that, and boom. It is saved. Yay! Finch wants me to name my emotion. Doom! Or draw Dawn with no coffee in the morning. Jeez, chaos. We have lots of stuffies, but I think my crowning achievement is finding Teddy Ruxpin and making Teddy sing Ozzy. Wait, make me go back to the 80s, why don't you? Then the batteries went out, so Ozzy sounded more demonic than usual. Prizes? You mean the cryptid Nick plush? No, I don't mean that, because we are not giving those away. I mean, there will be little trophies of some sort for the winning of the Big Stompy Robots tournament. There may be other things. We will see what we can do. I approve of my suffering, Nick. One of us. Good morning, everyone. Happy hump day. Morning, Thesis. I knowingly set myself up for shenanigans. Squee. Greetings. Hey, Chris, the squee. I heard that squee all the way in Utah, Dawn. Either that or the kids are playing outside again. Yes, they are. We're going to run an ad for, well, let's see. Who should I run an ad for? Oh, I have an ad to run. Yes. That is a great ad, and it is a great program I am looking forward to. Now, and we're going to go. Dawn's laughing real quick, and oops. Ozzy finishing up reading his autobiography. Love him, not demonic. Writing while listening, looking up when something catches my attention. Indie CD 411. I wonder what that's all about. Oops, that's the uncorrected version. I'll get the corrected version uploaded soonish. Soonish's trademark of the Nevermind the Furthermore and Don Dulas. No. Nick and I talked about RPG Night. Oh, it's going to be fun. Oh, you don't know. See, Alec, my dear boy, we had two parallel conversations because I'm planning to let loose, let's say, extra. I'm planning to be just a bit extra. It's okay. You're still hurting, Dawn. It's fine. To say the least, much suffering last Thursday of the month. Oh no. The evil shall be profound, my dear boy. But let's bring Ad to stage. And let's get doing some quick art while we warm up. And while we're here, we'll grab some music by Miss... Oh, no, it's on mine. Oh, wait, here we go. Let's see. I'm going to grab Vortex Manipulator because I love that name. We're going to pull it down to about 20. There we go. So that if I need to adjust it, I know you guys will tell me in the comments. And yes, we're going to come right here and we're going to hit time lapse. Thank you. Now, let's see. I am feeling very happy because it is the end of summer when it's almost fall. The kids are going back to school, which means my summer has begun. And I'm just using the airbrush to get this very nice. I want that slight arc in the sky that really, really annoys the flat earthers. Yes, let's go, friends. And then let's add some clouds, but I want to keep that almost anime. Let's do this. Yes. That anime opening look. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you need to watch more anime. I have been instructing my lovely wife in the way of the isekai. And we have been on an absolute tear going through some really great anime titles. So if anybody is interested in that and wants to know more about anime, ask me. I'm a big anime fan. I'm not so much into manga because I can watch anime for free. Wait. Oh. We'll see. I may have to turn off Messenger because people forget that this is my show. But that's okay. I said I'm going to call my mom. I'm going to call my mom. See how they're doing. Now we're going to add another layer. And we're going to do something I haven't done in quite a while. I haven't gotten in here with a nice palm gray and went, you know what we need? Wow, that seems larger than usual. It is larger than usual. Oh, take that how you will. Thank you for the time-lapse reminders. And Thesis, you do remind me of that Asian gentleman who is the greatest henchman to ever hench. We're going to cut in a mountain. I haven't cut in a mountain in a while. I was going to go beat you with it, but I'm going to cut in a mountain. Just do this. Give us a nice little mountain range going. I haven't done that a bit, so we're just, right now, just cutting the edges in. We're using one of my favorite brushes, the thick oil paint. It comes free with the program. And I will remind you, because it's been a while, that remember that mountains are not stationary. If you want to draw mountains or paint mountains, you have to realize that they are moving. All mountains are in constant motion. Okay, we've got ourselves a little bit of river coming up. That's cool. So you want your paint strokes to go from the top down. And we're just going to do a bunch of that. And yes, I am leaving the little bumps because I want the bumps and the gaps to remind me of where the ridges are. All right? We're just throwing some happy paint here. Just getting the feel of it. There we go. I'm going to pull another shade. Get darker, that's okay. I'm going to put it where I think the darkest bits are. Again, we're just happily throwing paint at the canvas. And yes, it's digital, but it's the same idea. There are no wrong answers. And we're just going to throw it on because with digital art, I like to play with my blend tools quite a bit. But to get that kind of hierarchy, you still need the understanding of the colors for your gradient. Yes, Joe, I said the word gradient. Please be happy. Please enjoy that I am talking about the artistic applications of vaguely natural gradients. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I want to go back up here because I want to line these up a bit. There we go. Hold this down. And we're just using smooth strokes. I could get this done a lot faster if I increase the size of my brush, but I'm not necessarily looking for that. Oh, what exactly is isekai? Isekai is a genre of anime, or any. It can be applied to any media where the main characters are taken from a world they know and forced into a world that's very different from where they began, usually with magical or magic-like properties when compared to their base world. There are a great many anime with that title, but for older folks who aren't anime oriented, genre of projects that would be in the vein of isekai would include things like A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, also all the variants, A Kid in King Arthur's Court, all that. It would include the movie Tron. Tron is very much an isekai, where the character is literally pulled into a video game. There are many tropes depending on whether it's a fantasy world or perceived as being inside a video game that affects the characters. They may or may not be able to return. It may or may not be real. They may or may not be within their own bodies, but they still find themselves drawn into. I'm making this bigger so I can get a little bit more done. And I just swirl till I get a nice mix, and then I pull it down. But in anime especially, it is a very popular genre, and it used to be a very, very combative genre. There used to be all about, fighting the demon lord or whatever, and fighting the bad guys and monsters. But there is an increasing number of isekai anime and things. Twain did not invent isekai because there are actually Japanese legends going back thousands of years of basically, a gentleman married a fisherman married the sea god's wife, married the sea god's daughter, and lived with her, but then left with the instruction, don't open the box. When he opened the box, all the time that had passed aged him suddenly. So, things in that, Black Knight, the Mark Lawrence film. It's one of my favorite genres because oftentimes you get the difference in policies and mentalities, and it makes for opportunities for people who may not be terribly heroic as life has allowed them to be, become much more so. And I like when it's set a bit on its ear, you know. This character has been pulled into the world to save the world, and his only power is having access to an online grocery store and the ability to appraise the cost of the goods. So he just kind of goes, no, I'm obviously not built for fighting, so I think there was a mistake. Can I just go? And he does. The anime I am describing in this case is a title called, those have interesting names. My Campfire Cooking, Campfire Cooking, using my absurd skill in a fantasy world or something like that. They usually have very long names. If you prefer more spice, both in content and in violence, I can recommend Arifueta from Commonplace to the Strongest, although that's very much closer to being a more mature title. Certainly not appropriate for Alec. I would not recommend that to you. Actually, it's not that bad, but I think by ranked ratings, I am forced to say something like that. And yeah, see, what I like is with the digital smudge tool, and I like to use the fingertip tool. Again, have fun with that. I know you will. I can easily blend the painting, and it becomes much more akin to sculpture than simple just painting and drawing. It's there are things I can do digitally that are much harder to do traditionally, but most of my techniques are still rooted in the traditional sense. I'm using very basic shading techniques here to imply shape. We've kind of got this sand dune looking situation coming in on what should be some type of river, but it looks like it's a muddy river. So let's do that. I don't think I've done a muddy river. Let's get my paintbrush back. Let's darken this river up a bit. Normally I put more wines in my rivers, but it can be a fairly straight river. Well, let's do this though. Let's get the airbrush back. Soft, and let's add some white. Right, like that. I think I might have wanted to use a different meaning. And let's see. What do we have? Avatar. Yes, Avatar is somewhat isekai. Both, if you mean the James Cameron one, it could be considered an isekai because they are transported literally to another world. And yes, it runs many of the tropes. Some, an isekai doesn't necessarily need to be a complete physical transportation. Sometimes your characters are brought into a part of the world that they never knew existed. So you'll have characters who are living in a world and magic actually exists. So when they start dealing with the magical world that's just below the surface, it can get very isekai. You didn't have to do that, Carl, but thank you. Yes, thank you very much. If we ever get that way, you get a cookie. A cookie would be good. And it's a trap. Don't do it, Carl. After you eat her cookies, you'll be spoiled forever, never able to eat store-bought cookies ever again. Fox skills. I don't have top teeth, so store cookies are out of the question anyway. Unless it's some soft loft house cookie. Yum. Oh, I wonder if it's still in here. It's probably not. Let me see. Is it? Nope, I don't have my, on this one, hashtag bring cookie home. But that's Brian K. Morris's purpose. And people, let's see. I make mine just Just shy of sets so they stay sharp, softer. I love a good soft cookie. Soft cookie. Braveheart Dawn, don't think about food. Oh, I'm sorry, Dawn. Now you're making me blush. Everyone is excited about Foxy's cookie. That's nice. But I think we have enough going. Let me do a little bit of blending here, back here, in the background, because I'm spending a lot more time on this than I probably should. Let's add a foreground. Again, normal layer, nothing kinky, because we're not doing a lot of between layer stuff. What do we want in the foreground? I think we need another hill. A very dark hill. Get back my paintbrush. Death Metal Growl Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster's real first name is Sid. I did not know that. But that makes Cookie Monster potentially a Final Fantasy character, because just about every Final Fantasy game has a guy named Sid. Okay, we've got a nice kind of darker foreground here. Just make that monthly. And let's just have some fun. Let's just cut it up. A gnarly tree. Oh, that's gnarly. I like that. How gnarly do you want it? Oh, I don't. Okay, I'm here for it. I'm going to go a little smaller so that I can cut it some branches. Get that good and gnarly looking. I like mountain trees that have been beat all to tar because they have an energy to them. Although, ironically, this reminds me of a crabapple tree that was in my parents' yard for many, many years. It was beat down and had these little roots where, like, the branch would be busted off and new little twigs would grow from it. So we've got this very nice crabapple tree. And, you know, I think we're going to grab another layer real quick, because I want to go that splotch of fall color to it. We'll do that. Scatter out from it. And we'll play with the colors just a bit. Make it very fiery. Oh, it looks like you get a little bit red. Oh, it's that nice. Oh, that just suddenly makes me want to, like, sip cocoa. But I think we're almost done with this one. Need some more elements though. Let's get out front. Get this tree. Oh, I know. Please distribute it. Like so. I like that. Hold on, I have to do this though. There was a little too much of a tangent. It looked like it was falling in line with the angle of the mountain, and it didn't make a lot of sense. So there we go. Just thicken that up a bit. That's nice. That's nice. I like that. Now, and let's see. Oh, heading back to your crypt. Have a good day. Have a good day, Sarah. Most of you has. Bye, Sarah. Enjoy your crypt. 11 likes. 11 watching. Not official, but it's fun. I'll see if I can find it. Now, see, you've mentioned Muppet-related items, and you've mentioned metal. So now all I can hear is that song, I Can Only Count to 4. I can only count 4. Can only count 4. Anyway, start off on this real quick. And save as something like autumn approaches. Whoops. The mountain pass. Yes, my names get long. It happens. We will export single layer PNG, so I have the nice high downloadable. I need to update my VA quite a bit. That one's pretty good. I like that. File. Export the time lapse. That's gonna look. That's got that Bob Rossian energy. I'm kind of here for it. Thank you for the link to that video thesis. And I'm just good. I know it's in videos, so I'll worry about that later. And great. Oh wait, no. We still need to do this. We need to go here. No, we don't want Trebuchet Brothers. That one I was Tempest. I like Tempest songs. It works really well for Nevermind the Furthermore. Right. Go. NTF. Never mind. I like it because it reminds me of the Librarians font. They use font very similar to it. And shockingly, I'm a big fan of Noah Wiley's The Librarian movies and series. Those were by Dean Devlin. Brilliant. Yeah, Psycho Stick, I can only count 4. Yeah, it's a great song. And then we'll save at, well, let me check the date, because this is next week. Save as A12. File. Export single layer. JPEG. NTF. 812. Man, what happened? No, that's not good. 812. I'll just leave that for an hour. 24, because I need to go. And there we go. And we're done with the first one. Groovy. Nice, quick speed paint. Nothing too stressed. And yes, Chris, I'm going to let Thesis and Chris have their music conversation, which is a delightful one, but those get to new, and we need a second one. I need a second image.
Did you start your time lapse?
Thank you, sir. Thanks, guys. Just do a little loose. Sometimes I like to sketch really, really loosely. I can't quite do the image how I normally would, which would be Sarah in a very gothic, like flowing, gowny thing, very Victorian goth. But I think if I go to about here, I'm trying to get a very specific angle. Now, This is what it looks like more when I'm actually sketching. I'm trying to teach myself to loosen up. Think about this real quick. I also know I normally do these in blue, but wait, no, wrong way, wrong way. Maybe there's an undo button. Hi, but I like this. I like to feel the canvas. This is just a rough sketch. And the other version I could do would be very, very cartoony, but I kind of want to keep the aha feel of that take on me kind of vibe. So we got that. Mermaider. No, not Mermaider. Anyway. So we have a rough sketch of Sarah, a big bowl of cereal. Just to the side set. Relaxing gets deep. Edge of her open casket. A lot of times when I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, I will do this very. If I'm planning it, it gets sketchy. It gets kind of sketchy. She's eating it. With her little, I gotta figure out where I want her little bat to be. Got her cereal. Oh, I want it to look. I want to have the bits. I'm going to have the sort of quilted looking padding. And I've said it before, please don't spend money on my funeral. Don't spend more than you absolutely have to, because there is no reason for fanciness. They're just going to swap me to a cheaper box when they bury me. If they bury me, if they make me a crispy critter, well, that's a different thing altogether. I don't know. Am I a coward enough to hope I go first? Absolutely. I do not want to try to live in a world without my wife. But like I said, it's cowardly. So I'll be the first to admit she's stronger than I. Okay. Nice. Raise wheel casket lid over there. That's not bad. I thought about her being all cuddled around her laptop, but this is funnier. So I'm just doing this is a very rough, very classic sketch. So take on me as isekai, very much so. Uh-oh. I'm missing something. Oh, didn't see the time the button come up. I swear. I miss when this thing used to automatically do that for me. There's got to be a setting. There we go. Come back here. What? No, 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 no. You go back. Back over here for a second. Want this to look very proper, pretty. Like I said, this is a sketchy style I don't normally use, but I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging it. Unless you step up in her arm or anything. Because when you're like really tired, you don't cuddle your plushies, in an orderly fashion. You get them upside down. And this is definitely one I will probably revisit. But anyhow, big handle, small head spoon. This is meant to be like a comfy picture. There we go. I know, not my usual style at all. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm running things just a little different. Okay? Clean it up. I'll just throw some stairs in. I'm really tempted to put an armadillo in, which is a fairly obscure reference. You have to know your classics to catch that. But that's one torches just to get the idea. Look, it's my target audience. Aha! So we're getting a good one. Like I said, this is not my usual one-shot smooth. And normally, if I do a picture of Sarah, I would look up a reference because I use references when I am doing pictures. But for now, I'm just improvising. I don't. And no, I'm not putting her in a tank top proper, because if I put her in a tank top to sleep, everybody who is either a woman or has been married to a woman would know exactly what that would cause. And I am not doing that on my program. Thank you. But I like this. I like the rough sketchbook feel of it. I like the implication that the light is coming from, well, off screen. Sorry about that, guys. This is what happens when I start thinking in, what do you call it? I lost the word for it. The images for scenes in a movie. Oh! My brain keeps yelling time lapse. It's not. Not time lapse. I get that up for a minute. A lot of this was I lost track of where I was. This. No. Red black, thank you. These, they are the cheap. We'll just real quick pencil this in. Because I'm trying to keep the idea. We'll do blocks. Allow this is, can I imply the Gothicness without implying the Gothic stuff? We're going to just do one of these guys. This real quick. And again, this is just a quick sketch about, part of Sarah Sarah's script. The only thing is, this side, well, actually, no, I can start doing those over here. We're just going to put a bunch of clocks on the wall over here. And behind the television. Clocks in all shapes, all sizes. Don't ask me how they mounted it on a brick wall. They just did. They're skillful. Be impressed, dang it. Storyboards, thank you. Yes. Yep. So we're going to have her giant air conditioner right here. Thank you for the reminder. It's just clicking on and keeping it cool while blocking out the window. We'll just do this to let it air out. I am taking commissions. I am wrapping up a commission that I took very recently for art to offset some of the costs because I may be losing some money on this convention. But see, this is what I would do if I were doing a long-term commission for this. This would be like my base sketch layer. Hey, have a good one, Chris. And we are at the first hour, and we have 2 pictures down. So, well, we're on a picture. I'm using, for anyone who asks, the mechanical pencil tool. And you're going to see a revisit of an old friend in just a minute. Once I darken some of this up. Yep. Grab that. Just going to pencil blur this like so. Just a bunch of this. Pencil blur. There we go. Darker. There it is. There. Right. Do this. Get to that pencil blur look that I am prone to doing. Morning, son. How you doing? No, don't want to talk? That's fine. Anyway, We're going to do this. Use the blur tool. It's this tool is literally called the fingertip. And were I doing this in a sketchbook, a lot of this would look basically like this. Because I'm very, very fond of this specific look. This is what my sketches tend to look like. If you ever wondered, the ones that don't get published because I'm only working on them or they're not going as far as some of the others, tend to look a lot like this. There's a lot of, I'll just smudge this around to get it to look how I want. Go. But this darker back there. Just smudge it up. I spend a lot of time pushing smeary graphite all over the place when I'm drawing. But I do tend to like the effect it gives you when I'm done. So we'll just do this. With that white. Sometimes it goofs things up, doesn't really matter though. It's about preserving the idea I was going. But I did have a request, and it was the first request of the day. So, see, this is how we go. John says hi, Xander. And Foxy says hi. And Thesis says hi. And Joe says hi. I told you you're allowed to come in and watch if you want. I think he wants to play Halo right now. That's okay. He's playing it offline. Halo Reach, because we're a proper hub. Anyway. You start getting that very authentic feel where it's not so much drawn as, again, past sculpting with, it would be smudged graphite right now, but I get to play with the lighting a little bit, which is always fun. There's a bit of a tangent there I'm going to have to fix. Oh, that's okay though. What we have left. That is still a tangent. Now there's do this. There we go. It's not quite perfect. It's a lot better. I know two main comic book author creators who will hate that tangent. Like, it's terrible. Makes my eyes bleed. No, I know. But these things happen. Just keep smudging. Joe hopped today with he had to scurry today. There was no hop. Something must have come up with this. Darkness there. See how I just literally pull the shades that step around. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but it's certainly how I do it. And it lets me get a very, it's a distinctive style. It's also different than what I normally show you guys. If you want to see me do more stuff like this, please let me know. It's almost like I have a whole comment section. And then if you're watching this on repeat, by all means, ask me questions. I love to answer questions. I love to help people. I love to answer questions. I love to stay motivated and find accountability. There we go. Not bad. And apparently several of Foxy's toes have popped. That is very much a mood. This needs to be very dark. Yeah. I need a little bit more to work with over here, so do that. And all I'm doing is literally using that like it's my blush. It's my palette. Yeah. Now, like I said, I don't know anyone else who uses this kind of approach to digital art the way I do. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it's something I do. Oh yeah, there are a few things as truly liberating as feeling your toes pop when they really do it. But I'm finally getting where I can make digital art feel a lot more like my rougher sketches, which I count as, oops, I don't have that. Yeah, this is why it's better. When I put up, I can use it. Joe left as I had mentioned that I am doing a whole lot of radios. But no, that was too fast. There we go. That's good. Must be respectful to your artist, your model. There we go. And this is absolutely unhinged. I'm gonna have to come back to this. But I think that works. You think that works? It's odd. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. But I don't know, it almost has that old, like, original Addams Family feel, which I am absolutely here for. You guys have been pretty quiet on the topic, so I'm playing. Thank you. This almost looks like some kind of graphite watercolor, and I'm okay with that. But like I said, I like to use a lot of a feel for like real world IRL art, traditional media. I was losing words to express things digitally. I like to take the time because it feels different. It just gives everything a slightly different feeling. It's just about playing and letting the sort of tints and values find themselves. And that's been a while since I've done a proper quasi-grayscale, delightfully swirly mess like this, but it adds a certain dynamic. And there we go. Yeah. Well, it's first thing in the morning. Who wants anything but like the TV to be on first thing? There's probably a big light overhead, but really, who's turning on the big light first thing in the morning? Big light's only there to like find your glasses. Then it goes away. Looks too bright. There we go. So, as I say, as a true creature of the night, let's do this. Get a little bit more to smear around. I don't get it. I will actually, those of you who are familiar with my art, I'd love to know things you'd like to see me do as prints, because I want to redo a lot of my prints. Now, obviously, this is probably not unless you guys really want it. At which point, I will panic slightly. There we go. But I think it's coming out pretty good. Now, I'm going to sign it. And I can keep it all in scratchy pencil because it's music. And I think I will save this as breakfast in the crypt. And then I will credit Sarah. Export single layer. This is an artsier one. I don't know. I like that. Alrighty. And then we will come here. We will go right here. And now for furthermore. Let's see. I got to figure out where I'll put this. Okay. Oh, and that was all on one layer. Look at me going old school. Oh my God. Put single layer. JPEG. NTF. 8. 14. 24. Okay. Time lapse for the next one. Yep. File. New. Okay. File time lapse. Let's see. What shall we do for the next one? It is, we got about half an hour probably. And now for something entirely different. Let's see. Strata Blue. Something cheery, yes, absolutely. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know I should be doing stuff on related things, but I want to draw some things. Oh, I haven't. Yeah, get rid of that here. But that's what happened. It's been a while since I've done it. I need to do some DJ artwork for some warm-up stuff for the promotion, and I'm still blues, so I don't need stress. I have to draw a character. Actually, I have to do a bunch of drawings. A kid playing BSR. Perhaps after this one, and that might be for a special project, because I do need to do some BSR related stuff, which helps because this is canon. DJ is actually canon in the BSR universe. It's canon in a lot of universes. Because on Praxis 5, the natives of Praxis 5, the believed to be indigenous people, are actually a strange race of mostly female cat girls. There. But getting the art done. And you know, I haven't run an ad, so that's definitely coming. I'm going to do a whole BSR related thing, but I need to run an ad. So I'm going to stop the music. I haven't run ads enough, and let's see, because I need to switch the song anyway. I can't hear for the volume to be right for you guys. I actually can't hear the song at all. So let me run at least the affiliate ad. Be back in a few seconds.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
This is something, because I'm going by timeline. Oops, on my eraser. This is a character entrance for my. Oh, thank you. That's fast one. For my RPG, because BJ showed up on RPG night as wedding guests for the vampire's wedding. So now I get to design a cute dress type thing for BJ. Probably have to put. I like to work with these characters to keep them fresh in my mind. Because it's a festive affair, her tail's probably fairly low. And face now. This is almost good enough for me to just say black layer and run with it, but we'll see. This. This is still the roughs, but means I can do things like this. And this way, if Alec were to show back up, you can get all because Alec does like to get swoony sometimes. Oh, any comments? No, you guys are quiet today. And yes, I will do. Been a while since I've gone. But we'll do this just. Oh, the character designs of your youth, you know. How edgy can a character get? Jeez. That ability cloak, such below, much below. Anyway, I don't even know if I'll use this as a thumbnail. I'm just. Do that. Yep, do my LB peeking in. Because that's fine. A little bit sleep there, a little bit sleep there, sleep there. Galify, lovely. Ripples. Yeah. Now she's wearing a dress. Must continue. There we go. Not simple. Not bad. Not bad. Start. Well, do that. That's not bad. All right. This not bad. I realized today I wanted you guys to see kind of how it sketches when I'm doing things that aren't, necessarily for public, like for public consumption. There we go. If I grapify it, makes it a little easier, and then we add a layer. Now I have everything found. This is gray, which is just like penciling it. Yes, it is super sloppy. That's on purpose. It is super sloppy because when I come here, I pull this down. These are all just the roughest guidelines. So that then I can take. I am using the old-fashioned G. I'm using the old-fashioned G pen.
because I like its pressure sensitivity. It is another one, is one of the basic guns that comes in. And it doesn't get quite enough. Yes, believe that. A little bit of mouth action. Got it. A little bit of Shigo looking lips, that's fine. I make the hairline just a little more interesting. She's got bangs. Should be a little bit more so. As you can see, it's a lot more controlled. But a lot of what I do is about warming up and getting into the form of it. Because then I come back, take my time, I can upgrade the character design, and little bits that make it more interesting. This is a little too blunt. I'm going back to this layer and I'm pulling the multiplicity, the opacity that is the opacity down. Which should, there we go. Get the fade bit. There we are. Yeah. Well, see, that also makes it easier for me to tell when I'm on the. Yeah, told you I didn't want that here. Fix it. Here. Right here. Hey, I might do a kid playing BSR next time. Probably a good idea. Although I need to do a whole bunch of BSR related artwork anyway. What's I appreciate how you draw body appropriate size cleavage. Well, thank you. I try to keep my characters a little, I don't want to say believable, but one thing that bothers me is all the characters that are running around that are drawn exceptionally busty, but lack any support structure for it. And while, you could totally get away with that in fantasy and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. As a choice, I like that. I like my my women who are busty to have a back, the muscle to approach it and support it. And usually I don't draw garments that would not hold up to the rigors of that level of that's fine. Support. It's like I see some garments where it's like there is no way she could wear that because there is no way on God's green earth that would ever contain anything. And it looks good, but I'm also keeping in mind cosplayers. Because if you're going to build characters and you really want them to, resonate with people, that means that if you do it right, they might cosplay. Somebody can cosplay one of my characters. I want them to want the cosplay to be functional for people of multiple builds. Because if like VJ resonates with somebody, she is usually depicted as fairly curvaceous. And yes, big busts need Like, okay, you have the front, right? So I'm going to add another layer real quick because this is educational, and I'll delete it in a second. But let me do some redlining here. If we have all this way, right, there's still a tremendous amount of cleavage, but she's going to need a back that has the musculature to hold it up. Her front needs to have a little bit of thickness, because I rarely draw
Weak women as characters. So you're saying you don't draw women who are resting boobily down the stairs?
I won't go that far, but not that isn't for something I would draw for a character that I tend to use a long time. You know, this is this is a different sort of character. I'm actually going to leave those red lines because there's some good reference points there. And BJ was very much a character I based on my wife. Now, we are not quite built the way we were, in our 20s, but BJ is a character I designed for my wife, and she occasionally comes out to play in cosplay form. And when that happens, I want her to be comfortable, cosplaying her character. So there are actually pictures floating around, and no, I'm not going to share them right now, of a little tiny anime convention we held. And I mean tiny, with some friends that we referred to as Namicon, because that was the first initials of everybody who came. And during that, Manny came dressed as UJ. It was delightful. I think it's that. There we go. Trying to get better at drawing hands simply despite AI. So, forcing myself to draw hands at angles I'm not comfortable with, and doing it live, it takes something to pull this off. So this. She's being almost uncharacteristically demure right now, but she is at a fancy vampire's wedding. And she doesn't get to come out of the abyss as much as she'd probably like, because that's where she and her husband worked. And as I haven't published the stories involving them, I'm not going to get too far into it, because I have found, especially on this show, if I talk about something, I will often find people who want to borrow the concept. And that's just something I've had happen a lot in my streaming career. I've had a lot of people essentially make bootleg merch of my characters. I've had people try to steal my ideas. So I like to make sure my stuff is fully published and out before I talk too much. Although I have had these characters published for many, many years on my DA site. So I'm okay. And there are a few thumbnails I would like to have prints of, like your Dancing Flowers one. Well, give me a list and I will see what I can do. Some of my older ones are, there's a period in my art where a lot of it's on that older computer I have to get set up, which I get to reclaim once I have done this. Yes, friends, I am including some corsetry because, as we discussed earlier, girls, they need support. But Nick, it's not all scrunched down. Not all corsetry needs to be extreme. Okay? You could have totally valid corsetry that isn't. Sorry about that, guys. My internet dropped out. But if it's going to do that, I'll just have to call this for now. And where did the city go? Let me know any images you guys would like to see, and I will try to make sure that they are set up on and available for purchase at StompCon. So we're going to wrap up right now because I don't know how long my internet's going to hold out if it's being this shady. Please remember that StompCon is coming up in a month in Fowler, Indiana. That'll be September 7th, basically 10 to 10. Free admission, $50 for vendors. We have a few vendors signed up already, a couple demo vendors, which means they won't be alongside the wall. They'll be out in the middle on specific gaming tables, demoing their games. It's $50 either way. Free admission to the public. And with that, guys, I think I'm going to call it real quick. So keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating. As long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too, and we'll try this again. Maybe we'll try something special later. Have a good one, folks. Stream.
Now it's glitching and what would it let me leave? Let's try this again. Ah! Ah!